Hey angels, I hope you're well. So I must say I've actually been channeling a message for like a week now, and tonight's not the night for it. You are getting a channeled message, but I make that disclaimer because I'm feeling very raw tonight, and so I think something's coming through for other people that may need some encouragement. Um, don't catastrophize. I don't know if that's the proper word, but it's like don't make something a catastrophe um, when something hasn't occurred yet. And maybe trust that whatever is unfolding is for your highest good or to show you something. And, you know, we're all tired of lessons, right? Um, but it feels like it's building on something. If you're watching this, you're feeling anxious about something, disappointed about something. Um, as I'm saying that, I'm thinking of a message that I posted probably about a month ago, maybe 2 months ago, um, where I was talking about how I was talking to Spirit about how, um, just to do a little recap, I was talking to Spirit about how, like, I keep feeling like I am getting closer to essentially finding who I want to be with as like a partner. And it's like every time it gets closer and closer. And there's that disappointment as like, why hasn't it worked out? And Spirit told me, listen to what you said. It's getting closer and closer. So just using that as an example, it's like maybe you're in a situation where something didn't work out career wise. I mean, it can literally be anything that you're thinking of. It doesn't have to be romantic, it doesn't have to be job related. Use your imagination, whatever it is that's on your heart and on your mind right now. Um, it's like you're getting closer and closer. And yes, we all have an expiration date. It's guaranteed that we are going to pass on from this mortal coil, okay? Um, but just because we know that there is an end date doesn't mean that we will not get to experience what we want just because it hasn't happened yet. There's a lot of pressure in our society for certain things to be done by certain times, and um, you know, it's okay if your timing, if your pacing looks different than someone else's. One thing that's been weighing heavily on me is I wanted to do a lot more travel by this time in my life. I turn 30 next week and I've never been out of the country. There's so many things I want to do, so many experiences I want to have that I haven't been able to yet, but I'm finding ways and creating ways to make it happen for myself. I'm planning on going to Japan next year for a month, you know. I'm giving myself a lot of time to save and plan and book everything, but you know, I'm making it happen because that's a huge dream of mine. And I guess I just kind of felt like one day it would happen, but here I am almost 30, and that's been a big goal of mine. Um, but I'm not trying to talk about me. I'm just bringing up some examples and wanting you to know that it's getting closer and closer, okay? Um, but we can pull some cards on this situation. What does the collective need to know right now about this getting closer and closer? So we have the Chariot and the High Priestess, okay? This is heavily giving me, you know, this is part of your divine course. Like, you know, I've heard so many people talk about this. If you have like a dream or a deep desire for something, um, it's not asinine, you know, that is planted in your DNA for a reason. There's a reason why you want that thing. It's because you're supposed to have that thing. Now, of course, I'm sure there's some, you know, what's the word I want to use? Anyways, some not so great things that some people want or wish onto others. It's not something like that. It's like if there's a uh, just a specific dream you have, or a specific feeling you want to have, or a specific type of relationship, job, home life, you know, whatever it is that calls to you, that's in you for a reason. And there is a part of you that knows that but's growing weary because of disappointment. And again, these things coming up that are like lessons, right? And you're like, I'm tired, Grandpa. You know, well, that's too damn bad. um, I think that the gaps in between these lessons, the gaps in between the thing getting closer and closer, it's because you're building more stability and sureness in yourself, independence and confidence in yourself, that you may not have otherwise had. You know, I don't want you to become jaded, but sometimes there's a balancing of hardening yourself a little bit in being more discerning of what you're allowing in your space and time, but also balancing that with the ability to keep your heart soft and your mind open to things. And we have the moon that is now on the bottom, and that's about you know, uncertainty or illusion surrounding something. So perhaps too, something that you thought was like the be-all end-all, there is an illusionary component to that that you were not able to see. And you also don't see how it is that the thing you want is getting brought in, right? There is a veil of sorts. That is actually a realization that I've come to recently, despite doing readings, despite being psychic, which anyone can be, by the way. That's not me trying to have some special title. But it's like, despite that, there's a realization, not that I ever thought I was, but a realization that I'm not omniscient, right? So only God, source, creator, is omniscient. You know, just because I want to know something doesn't mean I'm privy to the information, right? There's a whole lot at stake there. There's free will. There are things that can disrupt free will, if you were to know, right? Perhaps you would block yourself off from meaningful things that you know, add to your growth if you were to know everything, because you're avoiding hurt. And then by avoiding hurt and not growing, you don't allow yourself to get to the thing that you're wanting so badly. Let's see what else. Well, we have the Magician on the bottom of the deck. I think I'm just going to take them like this because this has been telling my message for me. Yeah, this goes back to the High Priestess and the Chariot. It's like, this thing will come to you because it's part of your path. You are making it happen. And every time, you know, I think that there's a danger to magical thinking that we kind of spread on this app. Yes, we do need to stay in a higher frequency, which we can achieve by positive mindset, and not, you know, doom thinking everything like I was saying at the beginning of this video. But I don't want anyone to ever become paranoid, especially if you have any sort of like OCD or anything like that, where you feel like your thoughts will necessarily like destroy your reality. It's okay to be human and feel things and experience doubt and frustration. So I feel like this is a reminder about that, but also in the same time, you know, talking about more positive things. It's like allowing yourself the space to surrender. I know we talk about that a lot on here as well, but really just trusting that nothing for you will miss you. And sometimes what we want comes delivered in a different way than we initially anticipated. Don't close yourself off to amazing things due to fear. Allow yourself to move forward even through the hurt, because it's worth it and you don't want to miss what's out there for you. Okay, that's what I have for you tonight. I love you so much. If you ever want to book a reading with me, information is in my bio. You can only book with me on my website, angelhoodreadings.com. Mwah.